this past year for WWE has not been good. At least when it comes to Raw and SmackDown. Oh my goodness, it's been hell. It's been hell on earth. Pay-per-view wise, I'll admit, pay-per-view wise, things have been pretty, they've been pretty good for the most part. I think for the most part, all the pay-per-views this year have like B- and some have B's even. One has a B+, that would be Extreme Rules. So in terms of like the big events, the special events, the pay-per-views, they're delivering because that's when the wrestlers are allowed to wrestle. But the shows overall, the characters, the presentation of the show itself, the treatment of the championships, the storylines altogether, this year have been at an all-time low. And I'm praying going forward as Eric Bischoff and Paul Heyman get more power in exchange.
See for this one.
So, give me your grades, give me your thoughts on the show, and we'll look at what you guys have to say following my review. But if this is the first time you're watching me and you like what I have to say, welcome. Like the video and subscribe. Let's get this video, this podcast, to 300 likes, and let's get me to 30,000 subscribers. I'm really close to 30,000. I would like to hit it. I would love to hit it before the end of the year. But if you also would like to help expand the brand of your boy Alyx, man, you can do a couple of things. You can like me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter at AlexManBX1, donate using PayPal, Patreon, or Super Chat, as you've seen with people like Aaron Sherwood. You can email me at justalexsworld@gmail.com, and also buy yourself a Alyx Man t-shirt today at Pro Wrestling Tees. And don't forget to like me on Instagram. I have an Instagram now. I'm just basically gonna do whatever I want on the Instagram account. If you like it, awesome. And yeah, well, whatever else you found down there, there's a link to my second channel for mashups. There's all kinds of goodies that you guys should check out in the description box. With that said, let's just get to the show. I don't want to keep you up here too long. I'm going to skim through the kickoff show. Not saying there were bad matches on the kickoff. There really wasn't much. Actually, that's a lie. There was one thing that happened on the kickoff that is worth mentioning, but it wasn't any of the matches. So let's get through those first. The Cruiserweight Championship match, which was Drew Gulak taking on Oney Lorcan. It was a good match. I've seen better Cruiserweight Championship matches, honestly. Not saying this was bad, but compared to the Ali's versus Murphys or the Cedric Alexanders versus Ali's and a mixture of whatever you have, this one is like basic. So, good match. And Gulak retains, as he should. Then we had a random match between Buddy Murphy taking on Apollo Crews. And the match ended in DQ when Eric Rowan came out to attack Buddy Murphy for accusing him of attacking Roman Reigns, being the mystery attacker, the mystery assailant who tried to take out the big dog this past week. Is he the guy? We'll find out. Not tonight, because nothing came of it other than Rowan attacking Buddy Murphy. That's about it. Nothing from Roman Reigns tonight, which I thought was shocking. We got no appearance from Roman Reigns, which I'm not gonna lie, I kind of liked, but at the same time, I was like, whoa, did something happen to Roman? They actually didn't book him on tonight's show. They didn't book Bryan or McIntyre. Oh my goodness. But, you know, despite the absences of some well-known people, I was actually okay with them taking a break on Roman. Listen, the only way we're going to be able to miss these people is if you don't book him all the time. So it actually felt good to not have Roman on SummerSlam. So when we do see him on Raw or SmackDown, it will feel a little bit more special. You know what I mean? But the other kickoff match was a Women's Tag Team Championship match featuring the iconic, taking on Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross. Bliss and Nikki win. That's about it. The only noteworthy thing on the kickoff was the appearance of Edge. Elias came out to do his shtick. He sings to Toronto, insults Toronto, and then Edge appeared. And we're thinking, oh, sweet, he's going to talk. No. Edge actually gets in the ring and spears Elias. He speared Elias. Did you hear me? Oh, okay, y'all don't hear me. Did you hear what the fuck I said? I said Edge speared Elias. No, bitch, he speared him. You know what I mean? Like he actually hit the motherfucker. He speared him. He wasn't supposed to do that. Nah, bitch, he wasn't supposed to do that. You get me? He was hurt. He has a neck injury, a career-ending injury. And this bastard's in here sparing people left and right as if he was never hurt. What's wrong with you? But yeah, he spared Elias. And that thing was awesome. That thing was motherfucking great. It was like Tony the Tiger. Great! I'm sorry. Yes. Yeah. Edge was a nice surprise in Toronto. I was actually very happy that he came out. Kind of wish he was on the main show. Oh, is this a super chat from... Oh, Troy Simpson. Thank you, Mr. Troy Simpson, for your $2 super chat. Now, with that said, let's go ahead and get into the main card. I hope you enjoyed my ASMR time, giving Edge the props that he deserved. That was amazing. We opened up SummerSlam with the man, Becky Lynch, taking on Natalya in a submission match. I thought this was a really good match. Matter of fact, I thought it was great. I thoroughly enjoyed the performances of both women. Natalya came with it tonight. Natalya did not come to play. She was all in, no pun intended, with Becky and this little feud they got going on. And I like it. I like seeing this more assertive, aggressive side of Natalya. And I don't know if you guys follow Becky Lynch on Twitter, but she recently posted, I'm assuming you all do, but in case you don't, she recently posted an interview clip where she complained about the women not stepping up, about the women in WWE just trying to make people happy, not trying to piss people off, and as a result, they're getting overlooked. And so she's pushing people like Natalya to step up, piss some people off, but get you some TV time. And I think Natalya took that to heart, because the Natalya we saw in the ring tonight was the same Natalya I had touted for years to be the best female wrestler in the world. It took me a while to find that passion for her again, because for a while she didn't really mean much to me. But seeing her tonight reawakened my love for her. She is still one of the best in the ring. She might not be the best anymore, but definitely one of the best. Don't ever sleep on Natalya. Well, let's hope she doesn't let you sleep on her. Like I said, great match. Becky Lynch wins with the disarmer. But definitely go out of your way to see it. The crowd was hot for it. By the way, just taking a detour, I do want to address this crowd. This was a weird crowd. Don't get me wrong. When I say weird, I'm not saying they were boring. I'm not saying they weren't excited for the show. Oh, by all means. They were loud, as Toronto tends to be. But it was bizarre. Oh, Lord, here I go. Bizarro land. But for real, half the crowd was exactly what I thought Toronto would be, as in they would boo the baby faces and cheer the heels. But then it was like a tale of two worlds. One half of the crowd was actually doing what they were supposed to do, which was cheer the baby faces and boo the heels, and the other half was doing what I thought Toronto was known for doing. So it was two crowds all together, almost like, I swear to God, it was almost like SummerSlam 2004. That Toronto crowd was like, hey, remember us? They fill up half the arena, and then we got this new crowd, this new Toronto that I have never met before, that was actually respectful. It was like, what the hell? What was going on? Like, during this match, half the fans were booing Becky, half the fans were booing Natalya. I was like, what? So, what crowd is this? It was a very bizarre crowd. Don't start saying Bizarro World. I know some of you are saying it right now in the live chat. But, I don't know. I just thought the crowd was weird. Usually, Toronto's a lot more synergized. Is that a good word? Synergized? Whatever. But regardless, the crowd was hot. The crowd was loud, which is better than nothing. Next match was, yes! The return of Goldberg taking on Dolph Ziggler. Let's just get right to it. I loved this match. I loved every second of it. I loved the heart attack Ziggler gave me when the match started. He super kicks Goldberg, like bam, and then goes for a pinfall, and I'm thinking, oh my god, he's gonna beat him real quick. And then within like 3 seconds, he super kicks him again, and then Goldberg kicks out at 1, and I was like, oh god, I thought Ziggler was gonna win. But then we got the match we knew we would get. Goldberg jumps up, spears the living piss out of Ziggler.
No crowd reaction for that Bayley versus Moon match.
We'll get to that match in just a second. See, Martinez, so thank you for your donations. I appreciate it. But back to Goldberg and Ziggler. Goldberg spears the piss out of Ziggler. He does a freaking rock sale. When I say rock sale, I mean like The Rock. When he sells the stunner, ends up spinning on top of his head. It was freaking awesome. And then eats a jackhammer that looked gorgeous and takes the pinfall. 1, 2, 3. The match is over in like 90 seconds, which is a great time for Goldberg. Really good match. Troy Simpson coming with the $2 super chats. Thank you so much, sir. What was I saying? Yeah, so after the match was over with, we weren't done. Because Ziggler, the legend that you are, gets on the microphone and starts telling Goldberg he ain't nothing. He spears like a little girl. He got bleeped out, and apparently he said dipshit. So, not quite sure what the sentence was, but he cussed out Goldberg. How about that? And Goldberg was like, what you say to me? Walks his ass back down to the ring, and then spears Ziggler again. His music hits, he walks away. We ain't done yet. We ain't done yet. Ziggler gets the microphone again and starts saying how he's the best in the world, how he's better than everybody, how he's better than Goldberg, and no matter how he looked in that match, he's still better than anything Goldberg would ever be. And Goldberg said, okay, motherfucker, I had enough of you. Walks his ass back down to the ring one more time. Lifts off Ziggler, who is basically down on his feet. EAC Robert with the $2 super chat. Thank you so much. But Ziggler is down on his feet. Just dead. And then Goldberg hits the ropes twice. Comes running in, roaring in like a freaking Mack truck. Spears Ziggler so hard, I loved it. The man hit the mat. Boom. Popped his ass up. And then fell back down. Again. Classic HBK Hulk Hogan sell. Reminds me of when HBK took a big boot from Hogan in 2005. He hit the mat, popped his ass back up, did a freaking twirl, and fell back down. That's exactly what Ziggler did. I loved it. I thought it was awesome. I don't care what you guys want to rate it. It doesn't matter. If I was being a partisan, a fair grader, I would give this a dud because it wasn't really a match. I don't give a damn. The match rating doesn't matter in this case. This was amazing. This was awesome. It was everything I wanted it to be. And the heart attack that Ziggler gave me made it even better. So I love this. Was it my favorite part of the show? No. But it was one of my favorites. You don't understand, fans, what it was like to grow up in the 90s with Goldberg. Some of you do, but most of you don't, because you're too young.
Whoever gave Dolph the mic is not his friend.
Maybe not, but man, this is the kind of stuff they did with Goldberg all the time in WCW, and I loved it. This is how Goldberg needs to be booked from now on. If you're going to have him on the show, this is how it needs to be. What happened with him and Taker in Saudi Arabia was garbage. Never do that again. What we did with Ziggler here in SummerSlam is how it needs to be.
That third spear on DZ looked like a X-ray from MK.
Really, bruh. It really was. It was freaking amazing. So, great stuff all around. Goldberg looked amazing. Ziggler sold his ass off. Both of them came out looking like freaking legends. I loved it. Next up is the United States Championship match. We got AJ Styles, the phenomenal one, the US champ, taking on Ricochet. Ricochet came out dressed as... Okay, at first, I thought it was Black Panther. Because I was like, oh, sweet, Black Panther outfit. Then I looked closer and went, nah, that's not Black Panther. And then I thought, is he dressed as Nightwing? And then I was like, nah, that can't be Nightwing. And then I thought, is he a Power Ranger? Maybe he's one of the new Power Rangers. And I was like, sorry, that's a little... That might be a little bit too racist for WWE. And then I did some research and found out, oh yeah, it was Nightwing. It was a Nightwing outfit. So, if you're wondering what he was dressed as, I should know because I'm a nerd. He was dressed as Nightwing from Batman. So there you go. Other than that, the match was good. I'm still waiting for AJ and Ricochet to cut loose. They did more stuff in this match than they've done before. Oh, let me just tell you about some of the stunts they did. First off, Ricochet did this awesome spot where he... Okay, I'm trying to picture it for you. So, on the outside, here's AJ, and here's Carlos. Who's Carlos? I have no idea. Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows. Get it? Carlos. I'll stop. Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson, AJ. Ricochet's on the apron here. Ricochet basically hops across...
I thought he was Nightwing or Arkham Knight.
Well, Nightwing. Now, Ricochet hops across the heads of Gallows and Anderson, like literally like freaking Mario. Just boop, boop, and then does a Hurricane Rana on AJ Styles. It was freaking awesome. I love that spot. But the best one happened at the end with Ricochet doing a freaking Phoenix Splash off the top rope. And then AJ catching him in thin air. And then hitting him with the Styles Clash. That spot's been done before in New Japan with Kota Ibushi. But I'm not going to lie. Both of them looked amazing. They are side by side awesome to watch. So for me, I loved the finish. And I thought the match was good. I'm still waiting on them to go all out though. I still think... they're not giving us their best match. So hopefully at Night of Champions, we get one more. And it's a ladder match with Ricochet and AJ Styles. I still want that ladder match. When the ladder match happens, that I think is where they will give us their best one. So there you go. Good match. AJ retains with an awesome counter to the Phoenix Splash. I don't think you can get bigger than that. Let's give it up for Carlos. Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows. Alright, let's talk about... Well, actually, there was a backstage promo with the Street Profits, your NXT Tag Team Champs. And, woo! The Nature Boy! That kid's stealing! Woo! Wheeling! Dealing! Son of a gun! Which was cool. It was nice seeing Ric Flair give a little rib to the Street Profits, if you know what I mean. You don't? That's okay. Next up is the SmackDown Women's Championship. Bayley taking on Ember Moon. The crowd wasn't into this match. They were dead for the most part. They tried to come alive. But listen, this match had no story. This match had no heat. It had no story. It had no real interest behind it. So the crowd being dead for it, I'm not necessarily mad at that. I didn't hate the match though. Matter of fact, I thought it was kind of good. It was solid. I just wish WWE gave a damn. Gave enough of a damn to make people care about it. And see, that's the problem when it comes to Bayley and Ember Moon. More so Ember Moon than Bayley, because Bayley's at least champion. You can tell WWE doesn't give a damn about either one of these women.
Trish and Charlotte was match of the night for me.
Well, it might be match of the night for me too. So let's see what happens when we get to that match. But back to this one, Bayley and Ember Moon. You could just tell they don't give a damn about either women. They don't get any kind of story. They don't get any kind of development in their characters. All that goes to Charlotte. And all the other blonde-haired women. Alexa Bliss. Hell, even Lacey Evans got a lot more story to her than freaking Bayley. And Sasha, I think, is catching on. I don't know if you've been following Sasha on social media. I'm pretty sure you all do. But Sasha dyed her hair. It's not purple or magenta or whatever the hell. The pink, purple, magenta hair she had before. No. It's blonde. That's right. Sasha is now blonde. Because Sasha Banks realized that to get over in WWE, you have to do, say it with me, blonde hair, blue eye, apple pie, America! So, maybe Sasha will be returning. And you already know she's getting the push if she's blonde. Maybe that's something Bayley needs to do. Just dye your hair blonde, Bayley. Ember? I don't know if blonde works for Ember. I don't think it matters. Because apparently, and I'm not even joking when I tell you this, reportedly, Vince doesn't really like Ember Moon. I'm hearing that through the grapevine, don't know if it's true or not, he's not a big fan of her, which is one of those reasons why I go, okay, so why was she called up? That's why I tell myself, when I hear these reports that Vince doesn't like a certain talent, I go, then why didn't you call them up? Why didn't you leave them down in NXT where they can be used better and actually in a much more proper way that fans can like and appreciate them more? Ember Moon hasn't done jack all since she came to the main roster. This is the most noteworthy thing she's done. Get a championship match, and she lost. To a really cool belly to belly off the top rope, by the way. I think the last 3 minutes was the best part of the match. I think fans don't really appreciate this match all that much because there was no story behind it. So, I'm not necessarily mad at fans for saying it was boring. But I can't say it was a bad match. Thought it was solid. Bayley retains with the belly to belly. And you know what's next, right? You know what time it is. It's time for the tit-tot, 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 tit-tot. 10-time women's champion to arrive. Woo! Believe it or not. Calling it now. Well, it was a good ride, right, Bayley? Moving on to... Is her match next? Or is that Kevin Owens and Shane McMahon? Yeah. Kevin Owens versus Shane McMahon. If Owens loses, he quits WWE. And Kevin Owens won. He beat Shane McMahon. Even though... What's his name was out there? Elias. The enforcer. Owens still beat him. There were a couple of spots in there where Shane tried to get Owens to hit him with a steel chair. And yeah. It just ended in a very predictable way. Owens wins and I just go, okay. Again, not necessarily a bad match. I liked it. It's just, come on. This can't be it. You can already tell that this isn't going to end here at SummerSlam. This is most likely going to go probably until Survivor Series, which is... Alright, we didn't get... In my opinion, we didn't get a blow-off type of match. We got more of a, alright, this is a chapter in the saga kind of match. So, whatever's going to happen next, I look forward to seeing what they do. So, solid match overall. Owens wins. Then we get the match of the night, in my personal opinion. I told y'all the moment...
Vince Sasha Banks isn't championship material. Sasha dyes her hair. Vince. Sasha, have I ever told you look like you could be an excellent champion?
Aving. I love Sasha now. She looks so scrumptious. You know what, Kevin? You're absolutely right. I want Sasha to ride my genetic jackhammer. Okay, alright, that wasn't PG at all. Let's move on. What was I saying? Match of the night. Trish. I'm just saying. Vince loves him some blondes. Whether it's Canadian, Australian, or America. America! He probably even would do a Chinese blonde. But he loves him some blondes. You don't think he loves him some blondes? Think about all the women he's been with. He's been with Trish, who's a blonde. Isn't Linda technically a blonde too? Yeah, she's a blonde. Well, she's not blonde anymore, but she used to be a blonde. Stacy Keibler was a blonde. Tori Wilson was a blonde. Sable was a blonde. He tried out, I think for like a short period of time, he tried out Burnett, Candice Michelle. That was like the only Burnett he tried out though. That didn't last long. Guess he got bored and said, nah, you're not blonde. But for the most part, come on now. You don't think he'd be all up in that bank statement? Talking to Sasha Banks like, hey, let me save you $5. I can't get the joke out. Let me give you my stimulus package. Okay. All right. Let's get back to the show. Match of the night. Trish Stratus versus Charlotte Flair. Easily the match of the night. These two tore it up. I thought the moment this match was announced, I told myself, this is going to be one of those matches that people will remember. And can I say Trish looked amazing? Can I say Trish looked better than she ever has looked in a dog's age? Look, and Trish wasn't, trust me, Trish had some amazing matches with Mickie James, with Lita, won main events at Raw one time. Classic. But I don't recall Trish looking this good ever. She looked amazing tonight. And her match with Charlotte, oh my goodness. I thought Io Shirai and Candice LeRae had an awesome match at NXT TakeOver last night. Trish and Charlotte might have tied them. I don't know which one's better. I would have to go back and watch both matches. Might give the slight edge to Io and Candice, but my God, this was an amazing match. Charlotte looked amazing. Trish looked amazing. They counted each other's moves. Trish did the figure 8. She got her chick kick in and the Stratus faction. It looked like Trish Stratus of old. And of course, we all knew Charlotte Flair had to beat Trish. It just had to be that way. Trish isn't going to be here forever. They did the right thing. They gave the victory to Trish's successor, which is Charlotte Flair. I know y'all hate Charlotte, but guess what? She's here to stay. And she's going to be a 10-time. Before the end of the year, she's winning that SmackDown Women's Championship again. Sorry, Bayley. And Bayley fans. But you gotta believe by the end of her career, she'll at least be like, what, 20-time Women's Champion? 20-time? Think about it this way. She's about to hit 10, and she's only been on the main roster for 4 years. 4 years. And she's getting ready to hit 10. If she stays for another 5, she'll hit 20. I'm just saying. But yeah, regardless of how many championships she wins, Charlotte needed this victory. There was absolutely no reason for Trish to beat Charlotte here. Unless Trish was staying, which, by the way, if Trish Stratus decided to stay and have one last run, I'd be all for that, because she looked amazing, and I think she could have one last run. Which, honestly, we could use a Trish Stratus right now in the women's division, because God is barren. However, if this is her last match, what a way to go out. I thought it was an amazing match. Can't hate on it whatsoever. So thank you, Trish, for all the great memories, and thank you for giving us a match to remember you for. So, hashtag thank you, Trish, in the comments and the live chat on Twitter to show the woman some love. But you already know what's next, right? Woo! 10-time champ! 10-time, 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 10-time. Woo! 10-time, 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 10-time. Woo! Women's champ. Get ready for it. I know y'all hate me right now. I don't care. Charlotte is the premier female wrestler in WWE, whether you like it or not. Deal with it. Moving on to the WWE Championship match before you all unsubscribe. Kofi Kingston defending his belt against Randy Orton. I was looking forward to this match the most. It had the most story. It had the most anticipation for me. And I had a feeling it wasn't going to end the way I thought it would end, which would be Kofi Kingston beating Randy Orton and, getting his redemption and showing the world that he is a main event player. My biggest fear, actually, was Randy Orton winning the championship. I had a feeling. Something in the back of my head was telling me, don't be shocked if Randy Orton won that title and then dropped it at Hell in a Cell before they went to Fox. Because that was where I was going with it. But I'm happy I didn't go with that because that didn't happen. Kofi Kingston ends up, I think... No, nobody wins this match. It was a double countout, right? Okay, so let's backtrack. First off, the match itself... It was kind of underwhelming. I expected better. Randy Orton slept. He sleepwalked. Sleepwalked. He basically was sleepwalking. How about that's grammar for you.
They did the same thing last year with AJ and Joe.
Yeah, it was practically the same ending, which also is one of the reasons why I was, oh my God, disappointed in it. Now, the match overall was whatever. It was a SmackDown match. SmackDown quality match. Randy Orton didn't bring his A game. He wasn't trying. He was just... It really pisses me off with Randy Orton sometimes because when he's on it and he actually wants to have a good match or a great match or even an amazing match, he will have it. But I think he knew because of how the match was ending, he wasn't going to try. Which pisses me off because, dude, it doesn't matter if it's an ending you like or not. Can you at least try for once and not sleepwalk through your goddamn matches all the goddamn time?
Sorry, Bayley fans, but Charlotte is better in the ring than Bayley, and she should be champ. Don't at me.
I didn't say that. He did. Charlotte should be champ, though, honestly, because, listen.
Can someone tell me why Kofi was getting booed?
I got you, Roger. Hang on for a second. I'm going to explain that in just a little bit. But when it comes to Charlotte and Bayley, in terms of in-ring ability, they're both awesome. It's just WWE just don't care about Bayley, and they care about Charlotte. Therefore, she looks better. But getting back to the match itself. Overall, match was underwhelming. Didn't really do anything for me. And then that ending happened. Literal copy and paste from AJ versus Joe last year. We see Kofi's family on the outside. Orton gets in their faces. He's all like, I'm about to beat the shit out of your dad in front of you. Kofi snaps, and then they end up throwing the match out due to a double count out. So no contest, which is stupid. And then Kofi proceeds to beat the piss out of Randy Orton with a steel chair. And that sucked. I didn't like it at all. The crowd hated it. They chanted, "This is bullshit," and I agree with them. It was not a good look for either one of them. I thought this match to me did harm to the feud more than it helped. Because at the end of it, when Kofi was beating the piss out of Orton and Orton was down, the crowd was booing. They booed Kofi. I don't think they, hate the character or anything like that. They just booed the result of the match. That was a horrible finish. And it didn't really make Kofi look good. I get it. You want to extend the feud to at least Hell in a Cell, I'm assuming. Which is great, but you couldn't have done it a different way. Hell, I can't believe I'm saying this. Why not just have Orton win? Have Orton beat Kofi, and then Kofi has to chase him, get a little bit more aggressive, and win the championship back at Hell in a Cell. I'd rather you do that than what you did here. Because it just really made Kofi look weak. I don't know. It wasn't a good look for either one of them. It's a copy and paste of AJ and Joe. We did this last year. Why are we recycling stories that are this close to each other? You literally did this last year. Literally. But okay, who cares, right? Kofi's still champ. But in terms of all the matches we got this week, from NXT TakeOver till SummerSlam, this is the worst one. Yeah, I didn't like the match. It wasn't a bad match. I'll give it a C. I'll be fair. But it wasn't the match I wanted. How about that?
They made it look like Kofi is the scumbag.
So when I say it made him look weak, let me see if I can explain this. Maybe weak was a bad word. Because I know a lot of people are just like, I wouldn't say weak or scumbag. I just, for me, when you have someone like Kofi, and he's saying, vindication, I'm looking for redemption, and, double count out, and get your, okay, maybe this is the first time I'm going to do this. Weak was a bad word. I shouldn't have used weak. It didn't make him look very good. The match was just not a good match. So I retract my statement. I shouldn't have said weak. Weak was just a bad usage, a bad word overall. I just didn't like the match per se, and I don't think it made either one of them look good. How about that? Let's just keep it at that and move on. Simple as that. Cool. Because at least Kofi looks better. I don't even know if Kofi looks better than Rollins now, because we'll get to Rollins in just a second. But that's just my thoughts on Kofi. I don't want to waste any more time on Kofi right now. Let's get to the one thing I loved. My favorite part of the show. The one thing about this show I will remember. The Fiend Bray Wyatt made his debut. Finn Balor comes out. Whoopee! Whoopee! He's about to leave, by the way. This is his last match because he's going on vacation. Cool. Hopefully when he comes back, the shows will be better. They'll have more control. Paul Heyman and Eric Bischoff will have more control over their shows, and maybe Finn Balor will look a little bit stronger when he comes back. Probably turn him heel. But he comes out, and then the Fiend. The lights go out. Words.
Fiend versus Gargano for future, please. His reaction on Watch Along just shows it'd be a great feud. The Fiend and Taker's career? What's next for Bray?
Well, let's calm down. Let's take it one step at a time. Let me talk about the damn match first, Jake. But thank you for the donation.
Okay, maybe not scumbag, but Canada crowd booed him.
Well, like I said, it's it wasn't a match that made them look good. But let's move on to the Fiend. So, lights go out. Let Me In appears on the screen. And the next thing you know, we have, I can't believe I'm getting ready to say this, a heavy metal remix of Bray Wyatt's theme, Broken Out of Love, sung by women. It's freaking incredible. As a musician, I loved it. I want that thing injected in my veins. It was awesome. It was awesome. And then you see Bray Wyatt coming out, still basically Bray Wyatt.
The Fiend looks like a cross between Michael Myers and Freddy Krueger. Heck, his shirt are the Fiend's pants. WWE, do not F this up.
Basically Aaron Sherwood. But, yeah, man, he's coming out. I do like the comparison between Mike Myers and Freddy Krueger. That actually is a great comparison, matter of fact. Didn't think about it that way. But anyways, he comes out with a lantern. And the lantern, I swear to God, is a severed head. It is a severed Bray Wyatt head. It's I think it's the old gimmick, the cult leader, Follow the Buzzard Bray Wyatt. I don't even know what kind of gimmick it was. But the old Bray Wyatt head was the lantern, and the light was inside, and it looked freaking creepy and scary, and I loved it. He comes out, sauntering to the ring, and I'm getting Kane vibes. I'm getting, oh my God, this is a monster. I'm getting the same vibe that I would get when Kane came out, Taker back in the day, is the vibe I get with The Fiend. And he gets into the ring, and he's beating the piss out of Finn Balor. Now, I have two nitpicks about this match. Very, very small nitpicks. The first one, there was a spot in the match where Bray Wyatt took Finn Balor's head. He grabbed him by the head, and in Mortal Kombat fashion, proceeds to snap it. Like, crack it, as if he was doing a fatality. Like Shang Tsung did to Liu Kang in Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance. If you played that game, we could be friends. But when I see a move like that, that should be a match finisher. Like, if you do that to somebody, don't get up. Like, there are certain moves that I see from people that make me very angry when they get up from it. Like, when Bayley does that rolling power bomb into the corner, and the opponents hit their head on the turnbuckle, like, that should end the match. That's it. When Adam Cole hits the Panama Sunrise, that should be the end of the match. Like, don't get up from that. Matter of fact, if he's teasing that move, the moment he hits it, call it. That's it. Same thing goes for that little neck crack he did. Like, when he did that neck crack, I was like, dude, that's it. Don't get up from that. You killed him. He's dead. So that was my first nitpick. The other nitpick was Finn Balor getting offense. I didn't like seeing Finn Balor get offense. It's like, don't get offense on this. This should have been a total squash. I get it, it's Finn Balor, and he's a main event player, so he has to come back and be treated like one. Still, he got offense, and I was just like, I don't like that. Didn't matter, because Fiend hooked in the mandible claw. That mandible claw that he took from Mick Foley, he used that to beat Finn Balor. Although he could have pinned him with the Sister Abigail / Firefly Funhouse / STO, swinging STO, whatever. That little move that he's used to using, but he used the mandible claw, which is cool. Listen, I'm all for Bray Wyatt having more than one way to beat you. Personally, he keeps the swinging STO, keep the mandible claw, and that neck crack move, that little, like, those kind of things, that should be the end. Like, you that neck crack move should have been it. He basically did a freaking fatality on him. And then afterwards, after he beat Finn Balor, 1, 2, 3, lights go out. And then I love how they basically did an Undertaker with him. He's on the stage, and then we see the camera zoom in on his face. And then he turns like this. And then you get the close-up on the Fiend, and then lights go back out. Like, that reminds me of when Taker does the little arm raise. You know that was Taker influenced. You know that was. And as soon as he left, and the crowd starts chanting, "That was awesome," I tweeted on Twitter, "Congratulations, WWE. You created a star. Again. Bray Wyatt at one point was a star. Then they killed his stardom. And now he's getting, I can't believe I'm saying this, he's getting a second chance. He's getting a very rare second chance. A very rare second chance that we should not waste. WWE, Vince McMahon, can you hear me, Vince? You have been gifted another chance to make Bray Wyatt a megastar. Do not screw this up. Ladies and gentlemen, what we have here is what we called, back in my day, a golden goose. You have this treasure, this national treasure. You don't want to showcase it too much, otherwise it loses its luster.
Mark said, "Call the next snap the Yowie Yowie."
Yowie Yowie? I kind of like that. I'm cool with that, honestly. That's actually a pretty good name, Yowie Yowie. Let's see here. We got another one coming up. Let's get these super chats out the way first, and then I'll continue. Thank you, Aaron Sherwood, for all the donations you've given me. I appreciate that. And we got one more coming up.
As an actor, really appreciate Bray's creativity.
Doesn't he give you chills, bruh? Thank you, Mr. Price, for your donations. But back to what I was saying. Bray Wyatt is a national treasure. You don't want to showcase this all the time. Matter of fact, Bray Wyatt should not wrestle on Raw and or SmackDown. He shouldn't wrestle at all until pay-per-views. If that. For me, Raw and SmackDown, vignettes. Nothing but vignettes. Firefly Funhouse vignettes. Whether it's playing mind games with opponents or just doing vignettes. Just to let the crowd know, hey, it's me. It's me, Bray Wyatt. Yowie wowie. You know what I mean? It's heel, hurt, whatever. Like, develop the character more. Just freak the people out. Do that.
Bray Wyatt got a third chance. Technically, he started off as Husky Harris, then Bray Wyatt, and now the Fiend.
Okay, third chance, whatever. Yeah, but personally, don't have him wrestle on Raw and SmackDown. Have him wrestle on pay-per-views only. And not every pay-per-view. Have him wrestle here and there when it matters. Keep it special and it will get over. And until then, Firefly Funhouse segments. Don't, and this is nothing too, don't rush it. Don't pressure it. He doesn't have to do one every week. When it happens and it will be awesome. You get me? Firefly Funhouse, that alone will be all you need to make Bray Wyatt a megastar. And then you got these matches, this spectacle called The Fiend is... Come on, man. You got yourself a megastar. You got yourself something that's going to make fans tune into you every single freaking week. Don't screw it up. You ain't got a lot of megastars to begin with. And the ones you do have are too old. They're getting old. Do not screw this up. Because I'm a big fan. I've always been a fan of Bray Wyatt. But I'm especially a fan of The Fiend. I hope WWE hears me when I say that. Do everything you can to protect The Fiend. Even if you have to go up to Vince and say, fuck you, Vince, don't do this one.
I'm surprised the Demon didn't come out.
I'm surprised the Demon didn't come out when he fought Brock Lesnar. So what else can we say? Now, nothing else to really say about it. That was my favorite part of the night. The Fiend Bray Wyatt, that whole spectacle is just incredible, and I hope they do it right. Do it justice going forward. Main event time. Seth Rollins versus Brock Lesnar, Brock Lesnar! In a Universal Championship match. I am thoroughly surprised at the outcome. I was certain WWE was not going to give Rollins the belt back. I was certain. Because let's call it like it is. Rollins hasn't been doing that well as champ. He was cracking under the pressure these last few months. You can see it in his interviews. He's been saying some dumb things, stuff that he already apologized for. But he has not been looking good. And so I thought, with the way things were going for him, they were not going to give him the belt back. But, to my surprise, not only did they give him the belt back, but he had a good match. He beat Lesnar clean. No BS, no low blow this time. He didn't low blow Lesnar like he did at WrestleMania. He beat him straight up clean. No BS. He beat Lesnar. And became, let me see. Goldberg beat Lesnar twice. Did Kurt Angle beat Lesnar twice? No, he didn't. Nah, Kurt Angle, I don't think Kurt Angle beat him twice. I know Big Show beat him. That was his first loss. Maybe he did beat... Okay. He is in a very rare club. The only few people in history to beat Brock Lesnar twice, which is a big deal. Roman hasn't beaten Lesnar twice. He only beat him once. And even that one time he beat him was kind of... So, Rollins came out looking pretty well. He had a good match with Lesnar. Loved the counters to the suplexes. And he did a very good job selling his injury.
So Seth no-sold his injury and beat Brock wow SMH.
I wouldn't say he no-sold it. He did a pretty good job selling it in the match. There were a couple of moments where I'm just like, okay. Like, no offense, but when he was landing on his feet from all those German suplexes, I was like, dude, that shit should be tingling up your very fiber, the very essence of your being. Like, your ribs should be, like, up from the way you landed, but okay, maybe I don't know anything. So, I would think him landing on his feet would hurt his ribs, but okay. But that's nitpicking at this point. He did sell. Like, especially when Lesnar grabbed him by his bandages and swung his ass around and hurled him across the ring. Rollins was selling. So, I think for me, when it comes to Rollins being Universal Champion, really, this is what I will say. He's got to do a better job at carrying himself. That's all I will say. I don't hate Rollins. The internet might hate Rollins. A lot of you might hate Rollins. I don't hate Rollins. I don't really have that much of a problem with him. Even though he's been cracking for a while now. I still think he has the capabilities of being that guy, a leader in the locker room. I think he can be a leader. He just has to understand that, dude, just because you are not selling out arenas like Stone Cold Steve Austin or anybody else, that you're not drawing in the kind of viewers that you think you should be drawing, that doesn't mean you suck. Let's get something straight here. The way WWE is right now, nobody, unless you're a legend or someone that was established in the Attitude Era, nobody is going to be able to get the numbers that the Attitude Era got, or even what the Ruthless Aggression got, because WWE made it that way. The way the show is structured, I can take Rollins away from that championship, have Brock Lesnar show up regularly, and the ratings will still be low. Hasn't Lesnar been showing up regularly anyways, and the ratings are still low, right? Exactly. So he needs to understand that part of the reason why he's not champ isn't his fault. It's the people who run the company. Understand that. And you need to be a leader. Instead of kissing ass and trying to, look good for Vince, which is part of the reason why he made you look like a bitch.
I don't think you're giving Lesnar and Rollins as much credit as it deserves with that rating. I thought it was MOTN.
Sorry. I think Charlotte and Trish got match of the night. That's my opinion, and I'm sticking with it. You can disagree, and that's fine. But, that's what I was saying about Rollins, man. Okay, so you're not able to meet the standard of the champions before you. Keep working. Don't become a kiss-ass corporate champ and say everything that will make people in suits like you, because that's exactly why you got treated like a bitch. That's why they treated you like the man's man. Don't do that. Becky figured it out. Becky was smart enough to realize, okay, I don't give a damn about pissing y'all off. I'm going to break barriers my way and force you to make me a main event player. And Rollins, I feel like you gotta do the exact same thing. Sometimes you just gotta tell the people in charge to go screw themselves. I'm doing things my way. I know what the fans want to see, and they're gonna get it. And if you want to make some more money, get on board. Because I can take whatever the hell I'm doing somewhere else and make more money. What are you gonna do, fire me? And that's another thing too. Becky realized, and this is another thing that makes Becky more of a main event player, main event material, kind of star than Rollins is. Becky realized, listen, if you don't like me, and you don't want me here, and you don't like what I'm doing, I'll go somewhere else and do it. Thank you, Kenny Potter, Kenny Potter, for your $99 donation. But, yeah, Becky realized, listen, you don't like what I'm doing, I'll take it somewhere else. I'll go to AEW, I'll go wherever and get over there and take all your audience with me. Same thing goes with Seth Rollins. Dude, treat WWE like, listen, I appreciate what you're giving me. But if you're not going to let me be the star that I know where I can be, I can take it somewhere else. So here's what's going to happen. You book me on the show, this is what I'm going to do. This is how I'm going to be. This is how I'm going to talk. You don't like it? Okay. I know how to make money. I know how to get people to cheer for me. That is what's going to get you over, Rollins. Otherwise, you'll be just like Roman Reigns. And no offense to Roman, he's not, in my opinion, the main event player WWE wants him to be. Because he's a kiss-ass. He's a suck-up. Vince is awesome. Vince is great. Everything Vince wants, he gets. He does whatever. He does whatever Vince wants, which is exactly why Vince treats him like crap. Which is why he treats you like crap. Becky doesn't get treated like that. Becky realized, I'm not going to do stuff that I don't want to do. And I'm not going to do things I know the fans aren't going to like. What's wrong with you? That is what a locker room leader is, Rollins. Doing what's best for the company. That's what Ambrose realized. That's what Jon Moxley realized, which is why Jon Moxley is one of the highest acts in wrestling right now. Something you're not, Rollins. Which is why they hate him. They can't stand the fact that Ambrose left the company and within a month became the highest act in wrestling. Just like that. And now Rollins and Reigns, every time I see an interview talking about he was complaining too much. He should have spoke up more. Shut up! You don't think he didn't speak up? Did y'all not listen to his interview on Chris Jericho's Talk to Jericho? Did y'all not understand the crap that he went through? And then you want to say you should speak up. Shut up, Rollins. Shut up, Roman. Why don't you speak up? Maybe that's part of the reason why you are being treated like crap. You're not getting the booking that you deserve to have. Because you're letting Vince do it. So maybe you should be a locker room leader. And if you don't have the balls to do it, okay, then you deserve all the crap that you've been getting. All of it. And then you will prove once and for all that you're not a main event player. I don't hate Rollins. But this idea that you have to be a kiss ass, a suck up to get forward in WWE. Look, you talk about not being able to sell out arenas. You talk about not being able to draw crowds. Let's look at the people who did all that. Hogan, Austin, Michaels, somewhat, but better than the people here. Michaels, Bret Hart, The Rock. Let's start with those 5 there. Austin was the main guy telling people, I'm going to do whatever the hell I want to do my way. Biggest star in WWE history. The Rock. Same guy. Did everything his way. Had his own style, had his own shtick. Couldn't write any of his lines. Biggest Hollywood actor in the world right now. Highest paid Hollywood actor, okay? Hulk Hogan. Oh, you know, the same guy that if he didn't exist, he wouldn't be here? Jesus Christ. Who else did I say? I said Shawn Michaels. DX. Come on now. Like, the captain of tearing the curtains down. And then whoever else I said. You get the idea. Rollins, you're called Mr. Burn It Down. What are you burning down? You're not burning down an establishment. You are the establishment, from what I hear. So, if you want to get over, stop being the establishment. And be someone the fans actually can get behind and chant for. If you're going to be US champ, Universal champ, if you're going to be the guy, get yourself a character that the crowd can connect with. And stop being a corporate kiss ass. That's all I will say. And if you want to continue being a corporate kiss ass, okay, I don't even give you that long. I'll give you to the end of the year. The crowd would have turned on you. If you're gonna be the corporate kiss ass that you've been showing in the interview, Rollins, by the end of 2019, the crowd will have turned on you, and you might have to turn heel with that championship. That's all I will say. That's all I'm going to say. So overall, I thought SummerSlam was a good show. You know, solid, very fun. Enough for me to say 2 thumbs up. And definitely a show I wouldn't mind going back and watching again. So, congratulations, WWE. You had a solid show. I thought NXT TakeOver was better, but still a pretty solid, fun show. Give me your thoughts in the comment section, and I'm going to read some comments from the live chat, and then I'm going to split. So, what we got going on here in the live chat here? Give me your thoughts, ladies and gentlemen. Let's start with King Trawick, 1993. Becky is not as over as she used to be. No, because let's be real, Becky was over because she had Ronda. Batman had Joker. Becky needs Ronda. Being the polar opposite of Ronda is what put her over. Ronda's not here. Batman without Joker isn't as interesting. Yes, Batman with other villains like Scarecrow and Penguin and Two-Face and all of them, cool, but there is nothing like Batman and Joker. Becky doesn't have Ronda right now. When Ronda comes back, Becky will be good. Luke Bennett says, I give it a B. He gives SummerSlam a B. Fiend was the highlight of the night. The Fiend was amazing, bro. Fiend was amazing. Glee Kodak says, still surprised Reigns wasn't on the show. So am I, but I actually like it because Reigns wasn't on the show. We need to miss him. Let's see here. Valhalla Erickson gave me a super chat.
I thought it was better than AEW's recent show.
Fight for the Fallen? It might be. I might give this one the slight edge, actually. Crazy. We'll see. Jay Cora, what if the Fiend got a female to join him? No cults right now. I'm not into that. No cults. Just keep it as the Fiend. He doesn't need anybody right now. And if he does get him a woman, he should basically eat her alive. He should eat her alive on one of the episodes of Firefly Funhouse, just to be funny. The Poo Noob, could Edge come back to have a match? I mean, he did a spear. maybe he could. Bryan came back. For real, Bryan came back, so maybe Edge could. Am I watching the G1 finals? You goddamn right, I'll watch it. Tomorrow, when I'm able to. Firestar Heart says, I actually enjoyed SummerSlam a lot tonight. What I didn't enjoy was WWE Network stream acting up. Yeah, the network streams are ridiculous. I already did a video about it. Well, I talked about it in one of my podcasts. I might do a solo video discussing it. But they need to get that worked out. Again, I had to watch SummerSlam on my phone. This. Not my PlayStation 4, which is what I usually watch it on, or my laptop. I couldn't because the streams were crap. Crap.
Trish versus Ronda would have been a dream match for show.
If Trish performed as well as she did tonight with Ronda, oh my goodness, definitely at least a classic in my opinion. Asuna, I love the Fiend like something out of Resident Evil. It really was something out of Resident Evil. And let's go ahead and end things with a shout out. So I'm going to end it with a shout out with the people in the live chat, and then I'm going to get out of here. So thank you to everyone who watched me. The following people: Diego Perez, Joseph Brown, Elias Demi, Ultra Shadow 97. By the way, happy birthday, Ultra Shadow 97. Ultra Shadow's birthday is today. Show him some love in the live chat. El Goku Dark, Nathaniel Luigi, Mr. Fat. I think I said your name right. Firestar Heart, Eric DX Fan 511, Corey Payne, Bradley Xavier, Notorious MMA 16, Spinosaurus, Final R, Funny R, not Final R, but Funny R, Adam Ritter, The Big Dog, Jim Carrey, David Sakaria, Undisputed Era, Juan Lopez, I think I said your name twice already, but just in case, Andy Rules, Aaron Thomas, Angel Club, Martin Braun, David 3X, Malik Hiltz, Kenny Potter, Garrick Faham, Jay the Awesome, YPP, Zadale Moore, Lazy Cheese, Jordan Williams, Bryson Mixtape 99, Chase 5677, and Mark Fanboy X, and of course Troopfire 901. And All Out Entertainment. Thank you guys for watching me. I hope you guys have a great Sunday night. And here's to things getting better for WWE with Paul Heyman and Eric Bischoff taking more control over the show. Until then, give me your thoughts down below. And I'll see you guys next time right here in your boy, Deluxe Man's World. I'm out. Peace.